So this video will describe a little more detail about the dashboard in the PharmX Portal for supplier admin, and specifically what we're going to focus on is this list here, which is the accounts which are requiring some sort of action from the supplier. So the sorts of things that we'll see here are accounts that have been added, edited or deleted by POS vendors which need some sort of action, which might either be an acknowledgement or a rejection of that change by the supplier. And this will be the default list, which is the accounts that are requiring some sort of action from the supplier. The other list is the list of accounts which are pending action. So these are things which, as a supplier, you've changed and you're waiting for the POS to acknowledge and complete that process. And that again might be an account which you've added. It might be an account which you've updated in some way, either approving the account or changing the password, or it might be an account which you flag for deletion. But we'll start by going into a little more detail about the accounts which require some sort of action from the supplier. And in this case, what we've got an account which has been added by the POS. There's a little more detail here if we need it, just by viewing the notes. But what we're going to do is assume that all's well. We do want to add this account to example pharmacy, and we're just going to select that account and acknowledge it. And by acknowledging it, what we're doing is we're approving that new account for use. We could add some notes if we need to, but in this case we'll just confirm it, and that account is now approved and ready for use. We could also, if we needed to, reject that account. So for example, if this account's been added, let's say for example that the pharmacy hasn't actually been approved to actually trade with this supplier at the moment, then what the supplier could do is reject that new account that's been added. And in this case, you probably want to add some helpful notes so that the POS can advise the pharmacy what's going on. So in this case, we'll say that the pharmacy not approved for trading, and we'll just confirm that. And so what you'll note now is that's been returned to the list. Here we are here. That's been returned to the list and will require some sort of action from the POS. We can also, in the pending actions, undo any of these if we need to. So for example, this pharmacy here where we've flagged this account for deletion, if we wanted to undo that step, then all we would do is to select that change, and that's what this is. It's just a list of various changes that have happened to accounts, and we just undo that. And we'll just confirm that, and likewise that removes that from the list. And that same process is applicable to any of these as well. If we wanted to undo any of these, we could very easily. But obviously the default list that you're going to see will be the requiring actions, because these will be any account changes that need some sort of confirmation of that process from the supplier. And just a reminder, for any new accounts, to approve the account,